Hello everyone. In this video, let's learn about don't care conditions and how we can use them in K-map to get the simplified SOP or simplified POS expressions. So in digital systems, for an input or combination of inputs, sometimes we don't care about the output, whether it's 1 or 0 logic. So we represent such outputs by don't care condition. So for example, suppose we want to light up 7 segments which has inputs A, B, C, and D, and outputs A, B, C, D, E, F, G to represent the 7 segments. So in this case, we add another output H, which is 1 if 7 segments display even number. In other words, if the input is even number, the output is 1. And if the input is odd number, which is 1, 3, 5, 7, or 9, then we say the output is 0 in this case. And then for input digits A, B, C, D, E, and F, like for these here at the bottom, we don't care about like the output whether it's 1 or 0. So we represent such output by an X term to indicate that we don't care about the output in this case whether it's 0 or 1. So how we can construct the K-map in this case, and how can we benefit from these don't care conditions? So let's do this one and then we can take a couple examples to learn more about it. So let's first do the K-map for this example here. So this is up to 15, so we need 4 columns, 4 row K-map. So that's AB and that's CD, and we need 4 columns and 4 rows. And we'll have here 0, 0, 0, 1, 1, 1, 1, 0. Same here for CD, 0, 0, 0, 1, 1, 1, 1, 0. And then for M0, we have 1, M1, the output is 0, M2, the output is 1, M3, the output is 0, M4, the output is 1, 5, 0, 6 is 1, 7 is 0, 8 is 1, and then for 9, which is in this location here, we don't care. We don't care for 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and then this one here was 0 for 9. So now if we were to group the ones together, so we have 2 ones here, we have 2 ones here, and we have 1 in this location. Condition here. So we can, since we don't care about it, we can treat it as 1. So this way we can combine these 4 as one group. So these 4 ones will form one group. And then we can treat this X as 1 in this case. And also these 2 X's here, we can treat them as 1. So we can combine all 4 here together. So let's make another group here. And then in this case, we can treat those X's as 1. And now we can obtain our Boolean expression. So for this group in green, as we learned in the previous video, we look at CD. C is 1 and D is 0. So that's C, D prime. And then for this group here, C is 0 and D is 0. So we'll have C prime, D prime. So now the output H, or the Boolean expression, will be CD prime plus C prime D prime, which is further equal to, if we take D prime, we'll have C plus C prime, and C plus C prime is 1, so we'll have H equal D prime, which is true. If we look at H here, it's the total opposite or the inverter of D. When D is 0, H is 1. When D is 1, H is 0, and so forth. So let's take a couple more examples to practice more about with don't care terms in K-map. Let's take this one, let's call it example B. And we have sum of the min terms 2, 4, 8 plus sum of don't care terms 0, 3, and 7. So since we have more than 7 rows, we see number 8 here. So we need 4 by 4 K-map. So let's do it. So this is 4 columns, and this is our 4 rows. And let's call our inputs A, B, and CD. And same idea, 0, 0, 0, 1, 1, 1, 1, 0, 0, 0, 0, 1, 1, 1, 1, 0. And we already saw in previous videos that how we can number the M terms. So this is M0, M1, M2, M3, and so forth. You can refer to the previous video to learn more about this, but for this one we're going to fill up the table. So we have for 2, 4, and 8, it's 1. So 2, 4, and 8 are 1s. And then we have 0, 3, and 7. We represent them as by don't care. So these are 0, 3, and 7. And the rest of the table will be zeros numbers. So 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, all the way. Now, how can we benefit from these don't care conditions to obtain the Boolean expression, the minimal Boolean expression? So we have 1 here, we have in this location 1, we have in this location 1. So what we can do, we can group this one here with this one, and another group, we can group this one here with this one and treat the don't care as 1. And this last one here, we can group it with this don't care. So for this group, we have A, B are 0, 0. So this will give us A prime, B prime. And then also if we look in this area, so this is our group, we have D is not changing. So this will give us D prime. For the green, so C is 0 and D is 0. So this will give us C prime, D prime. And from this area, because this is our group, this number and this number. So if we look at A, B, B is 0 and not changing. So this will give us B prime. And then for the group in yellow, let's write it here. So looking at A, B, A is not changing and it's 0. So that's A prime. And then C, D are both zeros. So that's C prime, D prime. So now the simplified Boolean expression, let's call it F, will be equal to C prime, D prime, B prime plus A prime, B prime, D prime plus A prime, C prime, D prime. So this is how we can use don't care conditions to benefit from them to write the minimal Boolean expression form. Let's take another example to practice more. So let's call it C. Then we have sum of M 1, 5, 6, 7, and 13 plus the don't care 4 and 8. Also, we need 4 variables K-map. So let's draw it. 4 columns and 4 rows. 0, 0, 0, 1, 1, 1, 1, 0, 0, 0, 0, 1, 1, 1, 1, 0. So let's start with the terms 1, 5, 6, 7, and 13. So we can fill them by 1. So that's 1. Here we have 1, 1, 1, and 1. For the don't care, we have them in 4 and 8. So 4 and 8 will be, this is 4 and this is 8. And then the rest will be zeros. So let's fill them with zeros all the way. Now also let's see how we can benefit from don't care to group our ones together. So we have these 3 ones. We can use this don't care and treat it as 1 to make our first group. This one here, we can combine it with this one. And lastly, this one, we can combine it with this one. So let's start with this last one. So for A, B, B is not changing and it's 1. So this will be B. And then in this area, we have C is 0 and D is 1. So this will give us C prime D. For the group in green, we can look at A, B. A is 0 and B is 1. So this will give us A prime B. And then for the group in yellow, for A, B, A is not changing and it's 0, so this will give us A prime. And then for CD, C is 0 and D is 1, so this will give us C prime. Now the Boolean expression, the minimized, will be the summation of these three terms. So F will be equal to A prime C prime D plus A prime B plus B C prime D. Let's take one more example. Let's call it E, and we have the product of M of 0, 1, 2, 5, 9, and 11 plus product of don't care 4, 10, and 13. Also, we need 4 variables K-map, 4 columns, and 4 rows. Let's call them A, B, C, D. And we have 0, 0, 0, 1, 1, 1, 1, 0, 0, 0, 0, 1, 1, 1, 1, 0. But now we have to pay attention. So these, when we have the product, that's the max terms. And then this is, in this location, we're going to put 0, not 1. And then in this location, we're going to put a don't care. So let's start with these. Let's number them in this case. So this is our 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. So for the 0, we have 0, 1, we have 0, 2, we have 0, 5, we have 0, 9, we have 0, and 11 will have 0. And then the don't care are in 4. This is we don't care. 10, we have don't care. 13, we have don't care. Now the rest will be ones. 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, and 1. Now let's see how we can group ones together. So we have 4 ones here. We can combine them in one group. And we have 2 ones here. So how can we group these? The best way is to group them with these 2 here and treat this don't care as 1. So let's form one group. And then where we have one more 1 in this location. So the best way and the only way is to combine it with this one. So let's form our third group like this. So let's start with this yellow. So for CD, it's 1, 1. So that's CD. For AB, A is not changing and it's 0. So this will give us A prime. For this group here, if we look at AB, A is not changing and it's 1. So this will give us A. And also if we look at CD, we can see D is not changing and it's 0. So this will give us D prime. And then for this group in green, looking at AB, B is not changing and it's 1. So this will give us B. And then also looking at CD, C is not changing and it's 1. So this will give us C. So now the Boolean expression will be the summation of these 3. So F will be equal to A prime CD plus CB plus A D prime. I hope this was helpful on how we can use don't care in K-map to obtain the minimal Boolean expression form. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe if you find these videos helpful.